See, this is a very huge eruption which has taken place. It is northern parts of Ethiopia. That volcano, Hailigubi, the there's no past history of this volcano in the recent past, I will say, of erupting. But then the latest one, this is a huge one, and it happened sometime on Sunday. I will say it's already more than 24 hours since the incident happened, and the ash has gone as high as, say, beyond 25,000 feet, uh, even between possibly, I will say, even 25,000 and 40,000 feet. Mind you, all the aviation sector gets affected with this because the international flight, they cruise at levels between these altitudes, possibly anything between 25,000, 30,000, even beyond that, 40, 45, 40,000 feet also. That's a cruising level. And obviously, it's a busy route, so they will get affected because of this eruption. The ash is spread now to a large area. It has traveled from the volcano site further across the Red Sea, across Yemen, Oman, and then crossing even northern parts of the Arabian Sea, Pakistan, and it has reached northwest India, plains of northwest India, including the national capital Delhi, also will be affected because of this. And it is going to travel further. Okay, travel further, possibly towards the foothills of Haryana, Punjab, and even West Uttar Pradesh and the hills which we have of Uttarakhand and adjoining parts of Nepal also. See, mostly it's going to impact the aviation. As I told you, the it's a very dense flying sector where the ash has erupted, where the volcano has erupted, and at those levels, obviously, you have a air traffic from many sectors crisscrossing that region, and it is at those altitude where it is going to impact the flying those aircraft engines also. You see, the particles are so small that it may not be easily visible. As such, that area is prone to dust, and dust haze always it gets advected also, and it gets placed in those levels. So it is very difficult to distinguish as to what is this visibility dropping because of the ash, or is it because of dust haze. So to make it very, it doesn't, it's not, it doesn't becomes very obvious as to what is the reason. Okay, but then ash particles, they are very harmful. Okay, in case they are ingested because of the in the engines or so, it will affect the performance. Not only performance, it's aviation risk for those airplanes, for those air machines which are encountering these clouds of volcanic ash. Okay, and uh, the winds at those levels where the volcano ash has reached are almost about 150 kilometer per hour. It could be a little more even also. So very fast winds. It's drifting away from that region, going to farther distances. So therefore, it will not be confined to only some parts where the volcano has erupted, but it will travel long distances, and then it will cover these parts. And particularly, India will be affected largely because beyond that, as I feel that we have the wall of Himalayas, so it may get restricted its further journey, but then surely parts of North India, northern plains, as well as the mountain, they will get affected because of this volcanic ash. Yeah. See, AQI basically is because of the particles in the lower levels, pollution particles, which we keep saying PM 2.5. They are also very small. Okay, and the PM 10 also. So basically, AQI is on these two. There are some other particles also, even in the lower levels, affecting AQI. And as we know, the levels are already in the very poor category and hazardous level, rather, at some places that's very severe for the last couple of days, and it's going to continue. But then this volcanic ash, it is at the higher levels, okay, high tropospheric level, which we say about, say, 25,000 and above. It is going to descend down. Okay, since the particles are very light, they don't descend very easily. As I said, winds are very strong. So strong winds are the horizontal motion is going to be much more than the vertical motion, whether it is up or down. Okay, so but then a large envelope of atmosphere, say between 25,000 feet and 40,000 feet, will be affected because of this. And ultimately it has to settle down. It may take considerable period for it to descend to low levels. Ultimately it can't stay permanently in the air. It has to descend to the low levels and ultimately come to the ground. And when it happens, so obviously along with the existing pollution and the particles which we have, it is going to the degree of difficulty is going to increase with this. How much time frame, it's difficult to assess at this moment. Yeah. You see, already people are taking precautions. You see, because of the worsening AQI across Delhi and adjoining parts, it's not only Delhi. If you take entire Indo-Gangetic Plain, starting with the Punjab, Haryana, Delhi, and then going up to Uttar Pradesh or so, even as far as even Bihar, Bengal, those are not very convenient places at this moment. AQI has deteriorated even those parts also. So all these people, they have to take precaution. That we know there is much more awareness at this moment, and people are taking precautions. They are not exposing themselves in the morning hours when the AQI is worsen and the dissipation is very little because the temperatures are low and it gets stagnated. It doesn't move much. After the sunrise, when the temperatures rises, obviously you get a little situation becomes a little better. But then, notwithstanding all the precautions, they should be very, very seriously taken in terms of not exposing individuals to these conditions. And if at all you have to, then use those N95 masks, etc. is there. Extended use of those masks is recommended. Exposure and usage of mask, I think these two are the things which can be practiced very seriously and meticulously. See, this volcano as such, it doesn't have a history of very frequent disruptions. I think last it happened was long, long back. And as we know, in the Indian region, we don't have any volcanoes. In Andaman Nicobar, yes, there is a volcano which erupts once in a while, but that also frequency is not much. So this phenomena, though there are other disaster phenomena which India is very prone, we are in the geographical belt where we have, but then fortunately volcanic activity in Indian region in the is a little, but in the surrounding areas, okay, left, right, north, south, there are volcanoes. Whether the Southeast Asia, there are volcanoes, okay, whether it's Indonesian region or adjoining, whatever I say, equatorial region, they have the volcanoes. And there are no boundaries as such for such a disaster when it happens, because the air is a medium which will take the dangerous and hazardous ash to anywhere depending upon the wind direction. In this case, the wind direction possibly southwesterlies are there, so therefore it is all traveling from Ethiopia to the Red Sea to Yemen, Oman, and then crossing North Arabian Sea, parts of Pakistan, even adjoining region is vulnerable, parts of Iran, Afghanistan, Pakistan, and then coming on to northwest India, where we have our states Punjab, Haryana, hilly mountain states, hilly states also, they are vulnerable. The only good thing which I say is there is a tall wall of Himalayas, which peaks are beyond even 20,000, 25,000 feet or so. So it may the further shift may get a little restricted, and those areas beyond those Himalayas may be shade better than what we experience over the Indian region.